can see it. 3, 2, go.
All right. Hey, everyone. My name is Brian Huff, and I'm the CTO and one of the co-founders of Airblock Technologies, and we turn paper documents into actionable data. Now, I want to introduce you to Jesus, a documentation specialist, and Jeanette, a maintenance executive. At their maintenance company, they don't have an easy way to turn 100 to 500,000 pages of yearly records into actions, and it leads to boxes and boxes of Excel spreadsheets and headaches like this. So McKinsey and IATA have found that the fees, delays, and penalties for cargo goods and services totals more than $6 billion in lost revenue. And for every 90 days a plane is grounded, the industry loses $12.7 million. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. So Airblock is a digital supply chain network to fix this and connect the records of not just internally with the company, but also companies on the supply chain and how they work together. So with analytics, you're able to visualize your supply chain in real time, drag and drop data extraction to turn your paper records into data right before your eyes, which you'll see right here, and it'll decompose in like a few seconds, and a fully searchable database of records, allowing you to search, sort, and rank all of your information and all of your records. Also, with virtual document viewing, you can see the paperwork that you've just uploaded to the system. So we just presented Airblock to a panel of NASA chief technologists as part of NASA's iTech program. We also just signed our first pre-seed investor on our term sheet, and we're working with AWS ATARC R3 and 5 companies that we've received letters of intent from to really digitize the supply chain. And there's 30,000 companies in North America that could directly use something like this. And this is why we're targeting Airblock to be a $100 million company in 5 years' time. Our team collectively has over 50 years of aviation, executive leadership, and technical backgrounds as well. And this is why we know we can't do this alone, which is why we're targeting a pre-seed round of $200,000 to take our technology and really digitize supply chains. So Jason, Charles, Launch, and anyone, let's digitize aviation and aerospace together and reduce the headache of Excel spreadsheets. Thank you.
Okay, well done, all the founders. Wow,
I mean, really great job.
Interesting group.
Yeah.
Amazing, totally different.
Charles, what I would think would be helpful this time around, I'm mixing it up a bit here, is to give your impression of the business, any question, and what you think could have been improved in the pitch itself, right? So we'll just go through all 4. This way we give a little bit of training on that, on what makes for a great pitch, so they can learn for the next time. Okay, last one. Give me your feedback, Charles. You're awesome at this. God, we have such good rhythm when we do this.
The thing I liked about the thing I thought that the Airblock deck did really well was it was really grounded in the beginning in like the problem. And I really like when I understand the problem in the first 1 or 2 slides. It helps my brain get like focused on the solution. I am not a global logistics expert, but I feel like I know exactly what I'd want to dig in with on this company, which is really like, how big is this problem around digitization, and like, what does it mean to make this data available to your partners in sort of an appropriate, I'd want to just know more about like how the product works, but I thought it was a really good articulation of like the problem space and why the solution works. And my advice to people is always, don't spend too much time building to the solution. Like, investors have short attention spans. The sooner you can get the solution out there, the quicker and easier it is for us to start jamming with you on all the other decisions you've made around the product.
And I think it's just such great advice there. And I think the reason you did so well with Airblock is because you had a very specific, memorable example. Examples matter. Examples matter. Examples matter. When you give a great example, we as the investors and the audience and customers don't need to figure things out because you've shown us. You're not telling us how it works. You're showing us somebody use it and it works. So we're like, oh, an airline has a lot of paper. Okay, that makes total sense. The one thing in the presentation I didn't like was you did a lot of high-fiving around metrics I know are kind of weak. When I see Founders Institute, which we know you pay to go to, which is fine, or you got an AWS partnership, which means you got credits, or you won 30 under 30 or a pitch competition, all of that stuff is not important. And what it does is it kind of puts you in a bucket of, in some investors' mind, and I'm just taking the most cynical interpretation, so this isn't specific to you, this is just in general. Oh, the founder is not focused on the right things. They care about Forbes under 40. They care about winning a pitch competition. What we want is customers, delighted customers, sick, beautifully crafted products. That's where the magic is. Your product is the magic, not these, superficial accolades, the high-fiving. product, customer, product, customer. Oh, team member. Good. When we have product, customer, team member, revenue, these are the things that get investors excited. When we see Founders Institute and 30 under 30, we think, so really, really enjoying these companies. I am having a hard time with this one. I really have a hard time with education. I much prefer selling directly to a customer than educators because it's so slow. So I'm going to go first and give my number two to the marketplace My Care Base, because I love a good marketplace. And I know it's a little distracted, but I think getting focused and having a marketplace for elder care, demographics, everybody's getting older. Who's your number two, Charles?
ProBox, actually.
Why?
Because mostly because I think of what you said. It's a case where I think focusing on the thing that's unique and hard to do, which is the high quality digital content, is a really interesting opportunity in a way I think the box isn't. And I would like to think that with a few more conversations, hopefully we could come to agreement on that. Just in terms of, I think, the upside of getting it right for ProBox just struck me as it's just a really big category.
So just to keep the flow here, I love the ProBox. It was my number one. Yeah. If it was a subscription content business and you didn't have to put anything in a goddamn box and ship it and returns and nonsense. Fuck all that bullshit. Just sell people great content. Focus on one thing and you will have 10,000 subscribers giving you $10 a month and you'll have $1.2 million in revenue and it will cost you $500,000 to make the content and you'll be able to overpay YouTubers who are making shit money on YouTube and you'll be able to pay them $500 a video or $1,000 a video, make 500 videos and boom, it'll be a money printing business. Yeah. That's just my opinion. I don't want to tell you what to do. Charles, I'm literally, I picked
Airblock as my number one, just because to me, it had the clearest path to becoming a industry standard piece of technology that everybody, you didn't talk as much about. I think sort of the network effects you get from a product like this, once most people in the industry are on it and it becomes the de facto way that you share this information, that you could be like really, and global aviation's huge.
Awesome. Great job to these four. I would like to see everybody give me some snaps or claps here. Come on now. They did a great job. All right. I like to see it. I like a little energy in the room.